Hey guys, you're watching Alexa, and in today's video I'm going to be updating you on my project pan. Now I've already finished 9 for 2019, which is crazy exciting for me. We are at the halfway point right now. I decided to just continue and roll out the products. So I'm going to be showing you new befores that we will be using for our before and after comparisons for the next 6 months. Starting off with skincare, of course, I finished the Pixi Glow Cleanser that took forever. Finally, it is finished, and I've replaced it with the Paula's Choice Pore Normalizing Cleanser for blemish prone skin. My pores have been bigger than usual, especially on my cheek area. I don't know what I could be doing to change that, but I'm going to try to use products that target that and see if it makes a difference. Although, as I've said previously, I don't particularly believe that cleansers are going to be the main solution because they stay on your face for so little. The next product I'm going to be adding to my project pan is the Peel and Polish from Pixi. I actually started to benchmark my progress before. It was up here. Now I'd say it's more like down to here. It's really helpful for me to exfoliate 2 to 3 times a week, sometimes more depending on how my skin is feeling. Like, is it flaky? Following that, I finished a few of the other moisturizers that I had lingering in my stash. I also have this little one from La Roche-Posay. This is the Tourmaline one, I believe it was called, and I've cut it in half actually. So anytime it gets to the point where I'm cutting a product in half, I'm probably not going to talk about it anymore in project pan because that's usually when it's like maybe 5 uses away from being done. I've got 2 daytime moisturizers to replace that product. The Olay one with hyaluronic acid, which I mentioned previously. This one is well on its way to being done. And then I have this one from Ebony, the Smoothing Emulsion Cream, the daytime one. I had the nighttime version and I finished that quite a while back. And this, I have no way of seeing how much is left in this, but I'm gonna try to finish this up. For eye cream, I have this Eye Zone Brightener by Pixi Beauty. I don't really think it does anything other than hydrate the under eye area, and if that makes it brighter, then okay. But as you can see, there is very little product left, although you know with eye cream, you don't really use that much around your eyes. Maybe I'll just like bring it around, I don't know. Speaking of products that I'm also almost finished, I've got this one right here. Another thing from Paula's Choice. This is the Resist BHA for stubborn imperfections, and I would use this around this area and anywhere that you have sunspots. There's this little window on the side where you can see how much product you have left and like a pump that elevates as the product is finishing. Then for toner, I have the Biologique Recherche P50 W. It actually pains me to add this to my project pan, but the longer that product stays on my beauty shelf, the less effective it's going to be over time because obviously the ingredients are not potent forever. For makeup remover, I have this product from Biotherm, which a lot of these were in my nighttime routine, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. I'll link it. This is the Balm-to-oil, and I like this because I don't necessarily use cotton pads with this. Now, I've switched over to the reusable cotton pads, and although I really love them, I'm so lazy to wash them all the time. So what I like to do is I rub this all over my face to dissolve the makeup, but not too much, just enough. And then I just use extra cleanser, or I double cleanse with my cleanser. That's gonna help me finish my cleanser faster. Last but not least, for my nighttime routine, I'm throwing in 2 products from Estee Lauder. The Nighttime Repair, the cult classic that everyone knows and loves. And then I have this cream, which is the Estee Lauder Nutritious Vitality 8 Night Radiant Overnight Cream Mask. These 2 products are relatively new, and I've only been using this a few times, so they are going to be my very full products that I'm trying to finish up. Right before we move on to the makeup portion of my project pan, I finished the Terry Mugler Alien. I have a perfume collection up if you want to go check that out. I was kind of sad to finish this up because, like, how cute is the bottle? But I have a larger version of it, so it's kind of ridiculous. I'm going to be replacing that with this fragrance from Juicy Couture. This is the I Am Juicy, and it smells delicious. Now, I would probably say this is my favorite Juicy Couture fragrance ever, because I feel like it smells very summer and it's going to be very appropriate for the next couple of months. I don't think it's gonna last a couple of months though. So for foundation, I had mentioned being torn between which of these two to add to my project pan, and I think it's going to have to be the IT Cosmetics CC Cream, although I was kind of skeptical at first. I would like to incorporate this into the mix, and I do like having a variety of foundations to use during project pan, just because, I mean, sometimes you get bored of wearing the same foundation over and over again, and I don't use this one as often. This one's kind of like, it depends on the weather and how I'm feeling, like how I want my foundation to look. Speaking of not having too many foundations in project pan, I have one that's probably on the edge of being finished, and it's one of those that you press down and the liquid comes out. I'm pretty sure it didn't start at 30 ml, so I think that it's probably on its last legs, and it is the Double Wear Makeup To Go 3-in-1. So I'll predominantly be focusing on the IT Cosmetics CC Cream and this one from Estee Lauder, and then maybe sometimes the Makeup Forever one. For concealer, I'm going to focus on this one from Revlon. This is the Photo Ready Eye Primer Brightener, and I'm going to be using it in this general area as a brightener slash a concealer. I originally received this when I started my partnership with them, and so it's kind of old and I need to work this out of my stash. When I need to set my makeup, which is most of the time because I have oily combo skin, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever High Definition Pressed Powder, and as you can see, there is quite a big dent there. And on days when I'm too lazy to wear liquid foundation, or I feel like I need a little bit more coverage, sometimes I get sloppy with my makeup and I just do concealer and then I do a mineral foundation instead of doing the whole shebang. I'm still going to be using the Pure Cosmetics Pressed Mineral Makeup 4-in-1. Now, when it comes to blush, I've been a little bit bored, and I've, only been using Madly and Douceur for the last few months, and I decided to adopt this duo from Makeup Forever because it is a little bit old and it's got a gold highlighter, which means I can highlight again without just relying on an eyeshadow, because I didn't have a highlighter in my project pan before. So this one has a beautiful gold highlight, which is great for summer. Then I have some bronzer, which I can use as a kind of blushy thingy-ma-do, which is what I have on right now. I don't know if I'm really gonna hit pan on it though, if I'm entirely honest with you. This is where we are at with Douceur, which I'm going to switch out for the next few months because I cannot wear this unless I'm at my palest. If not, it doesn't even show. So this we're not gonna see for a few months. Madly works for me in the winter or in the summer. It's not showing up true to color here, so you'll see it in the cutout. I'm still gonna be working on this blush. It's one of my favorites. I don't have any brow products or any mascara products in this because mascara gets switched out every 3 to 6 months. If I'm entirely honest with you, I rotate about 5 mascaras all the time, so I don't tend to throw them out after 3 months because they just don't have as much air exposure as when you open it every day. At least that's my logic, don't judge me. And then for brow products, I'm not trying to go through them really quickly. However, I decided to add a lipstick, and this one I'm adding because it's a bit wonky right now and it wants to break. It's one of my favorite lipsticks maybe ever. This is by Estee Lauder, and it's the Pure Color Envy lipstick in 420 Rebellious Rose, and it works so well for me. I can dab some on my fingers and wear it as blush. I can dab it on my lips, or I can wear it full out of the tube. Now let's talk about my Pan That palette for this year. I'm fed up of using Naked 2 right now and Naked 3. Oh my god. Okay, I am sick of using these. I'm just going to put that out there. This is so cool tones that right now it's not working because I'm getting a little bit more tanned, and so I decided, okay, well, that's why I have 2 palettes in this whole series, right? And I added Naked 3, but the mirror is becoming unattached. I find the colors are too much all the same. One of the eyeshadows popped out of, not the pan, but the pan popped out of the palette, and so it's quite annoying to use because I have to remember, and so if I'm in a hurry, I'm not going to use it, and so I avoid using it. So I decided to switch in the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette just to give it some use. I don't want to neglect all of my palettes just because I'm trying to do pan that palette. It's not realistic for me to let all my palettes rot in the drawer because I'm trying to use up some palettes that I bought that I shouldn't have bought years ago. I'm also not a very heavy eyeshadow user, so it doesn't make sense for me to have this many palettes and not at least dabble here and there in different ones every once in a while. Excuses! Let me know in the comments down below how your project pan is going, and if you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. I do new videos Tuesday and Thursday, and if you're already subscribed, thanks so much for making it to the end of this video. I will see you in the next one. Bye guys!